What up, though, J Nation? It's your boy J Pitts. You are watching J Nation TV. So I know it's been a minute. I'm in Africa. I've been here for almost 30 days, almost a month. I'll be leaving in 3 nights. And let me get this lighting right. Like, goodness. All right, check the views, check the view. You know what I'm saying? Now, what's the best place for me to sit? For y'all to see me. Okay, I think this is the best. All right, cool. So I'm in Dar es Salaam right now in Tanzania, East Africa. I was also in Zanzibar, which is a semi-independent country, which is an island right off of Tanzania. There's still one United Republic of Tanzania. And then I was in Arusha, which is another city more inland in the mountains of Tanzania. But I've been gone for a minute, and this is why, because I've been prepping for the Africa trip. You know, I have a lot of content that I'm gonna be putting out regarding this trip, the vlogs of my experience, the talks of my experience, the music. I was in the studio just a couple days ago. I brought all my equipment with me. I've been making beats, writing songs. So my absence is not due to nothing going on. This is exactly what's going on. So I wanted to put y'all hip, but I also wanted to share a little bit with you guys about my experience. So it's just not me here. I'm here with my wife and daughter. They're sleeping in the other room right now. It's like 12 noon over here, which means in Detroit it's 3 a.m. So you know, in Tanzania, the Tanzanians here, they speak Swahili. East Africa is pretty much well known for Swahili, from Tanzania to Kenya, some of Uganda, and there's a few other countries that I believe speak Swahili or different dialects. Like I know Congo speaks a different type of pronunciation or whatever of Swahili. They say things differently, but whatever. I will tell y'all a story today about how I negotiated my way to get a fair price for pretty much an Uber ride to a location. And I want to also educate any new people that might be watching because of the title of this video. There's been a lot of black diasporans or African diasporans, however you put it, I don't care, it doesn't make a difference to me, traveling back to the motherland. We've been excited for a little bit of time recently. For some people it was the year of return to Ghana. Some people like myself say that like the Black Panther movie truly sparked that, and some people look down on that like fictional movie, you know, sparked that, you should be ashamed. I look at it as, hey, we've been shoved so much crap about what the motherland is and isn't, that fictional movie that showed a little bit of glory and truth was all we needed to excite us to go and to know for ourselves, you know. So yeah, there's a lot of people going to Ghana, but I've also seen tons of people coming to Tanzania. And I've heard a lot about the leaders, like the president in Ghana, and then Magufuli over in Tanzania here, who unfortunately passed away on my 3rd day of being here. I mean, I guess people here suspected it. That's a whole nother topic, and I'm still in the motherland, so I ain't trying to get into all that, because, you know, depending on when I post this, I don't want to end up, you know, I don't suspect it, but I don't want to end up in no trouble about nothing, because, you know, you can't just speak about things in certain ways, you know, out here. Well, you can. I don't want to scare nobody or nothing. It ain't nothing crazy that's gonna go down, but this is a time of mourning still, and I want to make sure I'm respectful regarding that topic, so I'm gonna avoid it. I'll come back to it later. Magufuli, bookmark it. So I recommend, if you're gonna come to any country, but I'm speaking specifically about Tanzania, you need to know some Swahili, yo. I spent a couple of months, maybe a few, on and off on an app called Duolingo. This is not an endorsement, even though they could pay me, you know what I'm saying? I'll speak more on that if they run that track through. But YouTube and Duolingo I was using to kind of dip my toe in Swahili, to not come here set back. You know, I want to come here and talk to people. I want to see what's going on. I want to understand perspectives to the best of my ability. So when I knew that we were coming to Tanzania, there was a whole lot of other prep that had to start, right? Like I had to prep my mind, prep my funds, prep my family, prep our trip, ask around. And then on top of that, I had to learn a new language. You know what I mean? A lot of important stuff had to be done. It was hard to prioritize everything. But you need to learn some Swahili. So I studied Swahili some, and I kept a cheat sheet in my phone and also a paper version. Because, boy, let me tell you, if you do not learn some Swahili, you are not going to get a fair price. And don't be mad if you don't. Just stop. You know, when I see people talking about, like, it's wrong that they do this. Man, my thing is this. Why would you come to a place where you don't know the rules and then be mad when somebody uses the fact that you don't know the rules to their advantage? And a lot of the times when they're gypping you of money here or trying to upcharge you, it's just a couple of bucks, and you'd spend more of it in the States or wherever else you'd be at, because the average income of a Tanzanian citizen is less than $80 per month. You know, you got to consider that somebody that's doing quite well for themselves might be making 250 to 500, and that doesn't mean that you know, obviously that's very poor in the standards of the West or whatever, but you can do okay with that. And Hakuna Matata, no worries, it's a real thing over here. People are working, they help each other. I know I'm kind of going on tangents as I talk, but I promise you I'm remembering where we're at. And you know, it's no worries from that aspect. So, you know, I think the other thing we need to drop is that mindset that they need help. We should help them. You know, we got to drop the savior's mentality, man. You know, Killmonger is a dope ass character. I like Killmonger. I got a jersey that says Killmonger on it. You know, I like his tenacity. I like his passion to belong and his idea of birthright. But we have to be mindful that we can't focus our energy on trying to control the narrative of our people because we have money and perspective. Now, coming over to East Africa, colonization looks a lot different than what it does in the States. We know how that story ends. You know, we've seen it all the way through. With no arrogance, just factually speaking, African Americans are the most successful financially and in other aspects group of black people in the world. I can't control how you take that. I'm not saying that means something less about any other person at all. I'm just looking at the facts about things. I'm not saying that means any more. There's so much that African Americans need to learn. Me, myself, I had to come here just to unplug and unlearn so much crap I was shoved. Recommendation, when you come here, shut your mouth, open your ears. Learn a little of the language so that you can understand what the brothers are saying and teaching you. I was able to talk and meet up with some guys that shared the history of Tanzania that I had no idea about. Even with the Panthers being involved and just their richness in history and knowing it. Oh, this is Tanzanite, by the way. Check it. Pete. Only found here. But their knowledge of everything just made me realize how much I didn't know about my own history, not just as an African, but as a Black American. And yeah, it inspired me to go home. My bad, my daughter had on, you know, the YouTube in there, so y'all might hear a little bit of background stuff. I will. But it inspired me to go back and to really learn and to dig into who I am, into who we are, into our historical stuff. Even my family, I have a great-grandfather that owned property, that was old enough to know what sharecropping was and experience that, but to own his own property and take black people in the back of his pickup truck down south to vote because that was important. And so it inspired me. But the reason why you need to know Swahili is not just so you get the fair price, it's so you can learn and truly experience it. You know, imagine wanting to go to Florida, but only making it to the sign on the state border that says "Welcome to Florida." You're not gonna see anything staying right there. Matter of fact, your experience is limited to that sign, and you're not gonna be able, like, if you come back bragging like, bro, I was in Florida, bro, man. You ain't seen Orlando, you ain't seen Tampa, you ain't seen Miami, you ain't seen Jacksonville. You know what I mean? You need to go further in order to experience more. So you need to know Swahili a little bit, go further in to that. You don't gotta be a master, learn the basics at least. Mambo, hello. Jambo, which is the former version of hello. Asante, thank you. Asante sana, thank you very much. Karibu sana, you're very welcome. Karibu, welcome. Kwaheri, goodbye. Badai, later. Um, Usiku mwema, good night, or have a good night. Habari za asubuhi, good morning. Habari za mchana, good afternoon. Habari za usiku. I'm still learning myself. How's the night? You know, learn these things. It takes a little bit of time. Kidogo, kidogo, little by little. That's the thing here, you know? And they'll be very impressed with you if you can do that. They'll be willing to talk with you because you'll be called an mzungu or a white person, you know, if you come and don't talk to nobody, because I ain't saying all white people are like this or anything like that, but this is how they interpret their experience with them here. They say they come, they don't really talk to us, they take, they film, they spend, they isolate, they just speak English to us and don't know Swahili, and they leave, you know. So they classify anybody that does that, whether you're white or not. If you do that same behavior as a tourist, you're an Mzungu, and you'll get Mzungu prices if you don't speak no Swahili. So here's a funny story. I caught a Uber. They have Uber here, but they also use this app called Bolt, and you can get different vehicles, same as you do in the States. It's a, sorry y'all, my camera had overheated, but you know, it's pretty much the same system as the States, but you pay cash. Cash is king here. You do Uber or Bolt. And so my little bit of knowledge of Swahili, you know, saved me a few bucks, but also earned me a little bit of respect in the eyes of my brother. The goal wasn't to save a few bucks, guys, you know, so I don't care. I don't want to see no comments about, oh, you're not willing to pay the same price you would in America. That's not about it. Or, oh, you want to stick to the principle so much. Both of those things matter, right? Be willing to spend a little bit more. If you get ripped off a little bit, don't cry about it. But also acknowledge the fact that, yeah, there should be a principle to like keeping a fair price. But then also keep in mind that you're limited if you don't know the rules. My bad, my chair here. You're limited if you don't know the rules of the land. You know what I mean? So don't be so bent on your brother's keeping principle when you can't even speak the language. You know what I mean? But also don't have that savior's mentality of like, I'm paying the same price as I would in the States. I care about my people. If you think that money is the thing that's going to save people here, boy, do you have more to learn. Come on now. What are a lot of black people doing in the States right now with the stimmies during tax season? Come on. So it ain't no different over here in the motherland. So we gotta drop a lot of arrogance. Y'all got resources, y'all got riches, gold, why aren't y'all taking control? Y'all blame the government. There's so much we don't understand. Cause what do we blame? You know what I mean? It's so much perspectives. Cause Africans come over here and they succeed in the States. Now, not to shame black people, because a foreigner doesn't have to deal with some of the history, but sometimes we may, and I'm getting into another tangent about things. Sometimes, you know, we victimize ourselves in the States when we can free ourselves from certain mindsets, but some things are actually harder for us in the States that could keep us from being able to succeed in ways that foreigners might be able to easily access and then look at you like, what's up with you? You know, so there's things to be learned on both sides, y'all. I'm not over here to take one side. I just want us to consider more things. So I hop in the Uber ride. Me and my family, we head into this spot. So first I had to see if he spoke any English to make things easier for myself, because I understand a little bit. But if he didn't, that's cool. And he said, kidogo, kidogo, slow, slow. So he said he speaks a little bit. Gotta go slow, slow. Because I said, I asked him, I said, unongo akingaresa kaka. You know, una ongea. I don't know if my pronunciation is the best. Tanzanians or Swahili speaking people, help me in the comment section. Do you speak una ongea? Kingareza, English, kaka, brother. And I said, naongea. I speak kidogo Swahili. I speak a little Swahili. You know. And so I told him, I said, tunataka kwenda, and I told him where we want to go. Tunataka, we want, kwenda, to go, you know, and I told him where we wanted to go. And so he took us, I got funny stories about how they drive over here, y'all. I got comedy specials about how they drive over here. The main faiths over here is Islam or Muslim, being a Muslim or being a Christian. And boy, do I tell you, these people have the faith that you have never seen around the world because they get on the road every day and risk their lives. Okay, let me tell you, they don't, people walking, bruh, it's crazy. But anyway, they be driving on E, bruh. Like, I'm like, y'all got faith, yo. But he took us to our destination. I looked on Bolt and Uber app beforehand to see how much it would be to go and to return. Kwenda na kurudi. Kwenda to go, na and kurudi to return, to go and to return. 3,000 T shillings to get there. So I knew it would be about 3,000 T shillings to come back. 3,000 and 3,000, 6,000 T shillings. And then if they wait for you, it's about 80 T shillings per minute. $1 US in Tanzania is 2,310 T shillings. So if it's 3,000 T shillings to get there, that's just over $1 to get there and just over $1 to get back. So no more than $3 for the whole ride plus the wait, maybe about $3.50. So after we're coming from our destination, I decide, hey, I got a little bit more. I'm gonna break off the brother kidogo, a little by little. So the trip would have been between 7,000 and 8,000 T shillings, or like $3 to $3 and like 30 or 40 cents, like that. But I decided to give him kuminambili, which is 12,000 T shillings, or that's about $5 US, you know. So I said, asante sana kaka, kuminambili. Thank you a lot, brother. Here's 12. And then I made the mistake afterwards by saying, kidogo. You know, I messed up right there. Here's why I messed up by saying kidogo. Because I told him, like, here's 12, knowing that I could have paid just 8. And I'm saying, it's just a little bit more for you. So he pretty much looked at me. My comprehension of Swahili is not the best. I can speak it better than I can understand it. Na lewa kidogo. I understand a little. And he looked at me and he said, pretty much, I comprehend. Oh, if that's a little bit, give me a little bit more. So he said, ishirini kaka. Ishirini is 20,000 T shillings, or about $8.65. So I said, kaka hapana. You know, brother, no. You know, that's too much. I said, sio mbali. Not far. We didn't go far. You know, I said, I told him, I said, Bolt anasema tatu kwenda na kurudi. Y'all remember kwenda na kurudi? I said, Bolt says 3,000 to go, and na tatu na kurudi, and 3 to return. And he was looking at me smiling. He know we was playing a game of chess. You know, this is but bargaining. It's how you do. But I was able to engage the brother because I wasn't gonna get gypped as Mzungu. But I still wanted to give him a little bit more. This is funny, y'all. So he said, hapana kaka, ishirini. So he was putting his foot down. I said, kaka, setaki beia Mzungu. You know, I had to learn these phrases. So setaki. Nataka is I want. Sitaki is I don't want. I said, I don't want the Mzungu price. I don't want the white people price, brother. So he laughed at that. He thought that was so funny because he's like, man, this brother, you know, who told me he speaks English and that he's from not here, is getting down with the get down right now. And so I said, kaka, let's do this. Kaka, brother. I said, anasema kulipa ishirini, sawa. Nasema kulipa kuminambili. So I said, you said to pay 20,000, okay? I said to pay 12,000. I said, tunaweza kufanya katikati. Tunaweza, we can, kufanya, do, katikati, the middle. So he laughed, he smirked, and I said, kumi na tano, ni sawa? I said, 15,000, is that good? And he said, Sawa. Okay. So for that, I actually ended up giving 16. I said, Kumi nasita kaka, asante sana. And I said, Naruri tena kaka. So I said, 16,000, brother. Thank you very much. I'll return again. You know, that was fun. I was able to be put on the spot and engage in the whole bargaining system, but I was also able to pay my brother a little bit more than the regular, you know, and I was also able to challenge him to keep to a little bit of a principle. There's give and take on both sides. As a person that comes from out of this outside of here, that's been blessed to do certain things and have a little bit more than your average, you know, I don't have all the answers. And as somebody that doesn't have what I might have, he doesn't just have the ability to take everything. You know, vice versa. We have to help each other. We have to understand each other. We have to communicate. You, going to Tanzania, need to know a little bit of Swahili. If you don't, that's fine. You can still learn and stuff too. You'll get gypped, but don't get mad. Just learn according to your ability. I recommend Swahili to try to learn it. Use Duolingo, use YouTube. There's a lot of free resources out there. But if you got any questions, drop it in the comment section. I got mad stories to share, but I have vlogs coming. I have music coming that I've been doing in the motherland. I hooked up with some brothers in Arusha in the studio. I got lots of stories to share with you guys. I've been here for a whole month and I got a mouthful, as you can tell by the length of this video. But I just want to thank y'all for watching. Please be sure if you're new here, subscribe. I got a lot more content coming. Thank y'all. J Pitts out.